Hey friends, Pastor Greg Taylor here. Just want to talk to you a little bit about our current situation and hopefully give you some tools, some things to think about, some inspiration, some ideas about youth ministry during our current situation. It was only over a few weeks ago that I had the privilege of speaking for our music fest at the Kentucky-Tennessee Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. And after the sermon, just like usual, I stood at the back and shook hands and greeted everyone as they went by. And my, how the world has changed since then. For the foreseeable future, that's the way things are going to be. It's going to be different, but youth ministry needs to continue. For Pathfinders, for adventurers, remember the root of what we are doing, the roots of our ministry is that of youth ministry. Now it's interesting to think that our kids, our youth, they've only read about 9/11. They've only heard stories about where their parents were during 9/11. They've never been alive during a national crisis such as this. And we need to remember that. We've been through something that feels oddly similar, but to them this is a first time, and we need to make sure that we reach out to them, that we continue to minister to them through this difficulty. We're kind of at this point just reacting, trying to figure things out as we're going, but they are too. And this is an opportunity for us to continue to minister to our young people. Now, I think it's important that we're clear about virtual ministry. You see, maybe at this point you've kind of flirted with Facebook, you've started an Instagram account, maybe you haven't got too much farther in the social media thing, but understand this, your youth are miles ahead of you. They live there already, they are connected already. And during this time of isolation, I want you to realize something, our youth are already connecting. And my challenge to you is to meet them there. Perhaps you already have a Facebook page, maybe even an Instagram page for your local club, for your youth ministry, your youth group, your adventure club. This is the time in which we can incorporate these things into connecting and staying connected with our young people. If you have TLTs, you have young adults helping with your club, don't try to reinvent the wheel. Use their expertise, put them to work to realize this is the way that we can communicate, that we can continue to connect with our youth. So you might be asking the question, how? How can I lead a Pathfinder club, an adventure club, a youth group? How can I do this virtually? I want to give you some ideas, and I want to encourage you also that after you hear some of these things, in the comments below, add some of your inspirations, maybe things you're already doing. Let's be a collective brain to support each other during this process. Here are just a few things you can do. You can continue to assign classwork. You can even do that via email, via text message, or even phone call. Give your Pathfinders a schedule of what needs to be done when. You can choose an honor. Maybe something that you do in isolation in their local homes. Using our multiple online sources, our Wikipedia page, there are multiple honors that can be done from afar. Take a video of yourself doing the honor or part of the honor and upload it. Ask the Pathfinders to upload pictures of themselves participating in this honor as well. You can upload a video of yourself sharing a devotional thought with your kids weekly, maybe bi-weekly. Maybe ask your TLTs, maybe even your Pathfinders, can you record a video? What is your takeaway? What is something God is teaching you during this difficult time? You can sponsor a community service project. Yes, you can still do community service. I've heard of many stories of some people who are buying groceries for the elderly. They're raking leaves, they're mowing lawns, just finding ways to minister to people right now. As always, before these things, it's important to go over the basics of social distancing, but it is still a possibility. And again, take videos, upload pictures, even via text message, send pictures of what they're doing for the community. Now this is a crazy thought, but what if you actually had a camping weekend, but you didn't camp together? That might be a little bit difficult with social distancing and many campgrounds are not open. But what if you just camped in your backyard? What if you had pictures and shared a worship thought or sang a song and just had pictures of that experience, knowing that everyone in your club was camping, everyone in your youth group was also camping at the same time. Not quite the same feel, but an interesting opportunity. Simply have a time of prayer requests. Have your youth text you, email you, things that you can pray about, and actually record yourself praying for your youth. Have them pray for you. If you know how to use Zoom, that's another opportunity. There's multiple platforms, Google Hangouts, in which you can talk with multiple people online and just pray together. I heard of one story of a teacher at a public school who's currently just driving to the houses of her kids. And while practicing social distancing, she's telling them she loves them, she's waving at them, she's telling them she misses them. What an awesome way to still continue to connect. And please, if you have further ideas, list them below. We'd love to see them. Finally, I wanted to share just a quick thought with you. In preparation for summer camp at Indian Creek Camp this summer, we're studying the story of Joseph. And it's interesting because, when you think of the themes of Joseph, one of the first things that comes to mind is maybe reconciliation. It's forgiveness. It's being faithful to God through difficult times. All those are beautiful themes. But sometimes I think we forget that at the core of the story of Joseph, there is a national crisis occurring. People are starving. They're wondering how they are going to survive. And understand this. This is what stuck out to me. Joseph was not called to use his specific gifts, his specific abilities to keep everyone from this crisis. God called Joseph to use his gifts, his abilities, his leadership to get everyone through this crisis. Perhaps for such a time as this is what we are called to do as well. Perhaps because of our situation, we have to do it in a different kind of way. But please remember, we need to reach out to love and minister to our young people. They are already connecting. Why don't we join that conversation? Let's continue to keep the hope of Jesus at the forefront of everything we do. And let's continue to remember that despite what happens in our world, He still sits on the throne. I hope to continue to share some videos with you, some ideas, some inspirations, and I'd love to hear back from you as well. But may God continue to bless you as you find new ways to minister to our young people.